Welcome to another edition of Claws and Clovers. This is your boy JP, and today the Notre Dame Fighting Irish go for 3-2 as they take on Boise State. Boise State used to be a really relevant program when it came to college football. They used to be really good when I remember them having a good team with 2006 with Jared Zabransky and Ian Johnson, the running back that proposed to his girlfriend after the game, after they beat Oklahoma. But this is not that Boise State team. This is not the Boise State team from last year either, when they had Ashton Jeanty and they made the run at the college football playoff and then they got their doors blown off by Penn State. This is not that Boise State. I feel extremely confident in Notre Dame to keep going on this path that they're on. They get to 3-2 today. I'm thinking like a 35-13 win for the Irish. Jeremiah Love, once again, he eats. Jadarian Price, he eats. CJ Carr has another big game through the air. I don't foresee Notre Dame having any issues today at all with Boise State, and hopefully the defense can keep going. I really expected a lot more out of Arkansas last week. I really did. I thought Arkansas was a decent team. I thought because they had a close loss to Memphis that they would show up and have a big game at home. Everybody usually gets up for a big game against the Fighting Irish at home, and Arkansas did not answer the bell whatsoever. I didn't see anything special out of Arkansas. Notre Dame did whatever they wanted, when they wanted. Jeremiah Love had 4 touchdowns. Jadarian Price did his thing. CJ Carr had a great game through the air. This Notre Dame team looked like a playoff team last week, but it was against Arkansas, and I don't know whether or not to take that with a grain of salt. But Notre Dame does have Boise State today at home, and I fully expect an Irish win today. They go to 3-2. And like I said, another big game out of CJ Carr. That offensive line will give him protection. Jeremiah Love is going to do what he wants. I really like Notre Dame today. And let's just say this. Like Arkansas last week, you had Lou Holtz. It was very interesting. It was very weird to see Lou Holtz in Arkansas garb because, I'm so used to him being a Notre Dame guy. But I do also remember him being head coach for South Carolina in like the early 2000s, I think it was. But yeah, it was very interesting to see Lou Holtz over in Arkansas for that game. But this is Claws and Clovers. We're not going to talk about the Bears. I am very happy that they had a huge win last week over the Raiders. I'm not going to take the Raiders lightly at all. They're a good team. Obviously, like I said in the last video, Max Crosby is a stud. He gave Caleb Fitz the whole first half. But this is the difference between the Bears of the old and the Bears of the new. Ben Johnson made adjustments offensively, and Caleb Williams got the ball out quick. I thought he played on time for most part in the second half. He had a big touchdown pass to Roma Dunze, and then he led that game-winning drive with DeAndre Swift. And let's give it up for Josh Blackwell, man. Josh Blackwell with that blocked field goal at the end of the game, that was huge. And if you know Bears football, you know these are games we don't normally win. We don't normally win this. We'll go down, we'll score, and then we'll just give up the next drive for either a touchdown or a field goal or whatever. So when the Raiders got the kickoff and they ran it back to almost damn near half field, we have to do a better job on special teams of that. And it's funny me saying we have to do a better job on special teams right after we blocked a field goal to win the game. But we do need to be better on special teams. We cannot be giving up 30, 40 yards on kickoff returns. We just can't do that. We got to be way better than that, Chicago. So, yeah, I'm happy we got the win, but we definitely have things to clean up. The win came at the perfect time. We're 2-2 at the bye. So now we can get things going, and we can, take the next step. I really liked how Caleb played, not so much in the first half because he had a tough time in the first half, but he really buckled down, and he had a really good second half. The running game, it's not always there, but when we need it, we get it. But here's my question. Where in the hell is Roschon Johnson? Does Ben Johnson just not like him? Can he just not play? I thought Roschon Johnson last year was a really good running back for what we needed, and I don't know where Roschon is. Can we put a missing persons report out on him? I see him make tackles in the kickoff returns, But like I said, he's a running back, and I'd like him to be on the field because I think he complements DeAndre Swift decently. But I like what we have out of Monangai, but I would like to see Roschon Johnson at some point. Or are we going to make a move at the trade deadline and go get a running back? I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, but all I know is that we're 2-2. This is our bye week. And let me tell you something. This bye week comes at the perfect time. It really does, because now this team has had time to gel a little bit offensively. They get a whole week of preparation. They get a whole bye week. Then they get a whole week next week of preparation because they're going to be taking on the Washington Commanders on Monday Night Football, so you get an extra day of preparation for that one. And it does look like Jaden Daniels is playing tomorrow for the Commanders, so we will keep an eye on him, see how he looks. But, yeah, this is coming at the perfect time for the Chicago Bears. And just the perfect time for the city of Chicago in general, because if you haven't noticed, the Chicago Cubs are in the NLDS for the first time since 2017. And they're going up against... I called this team a bunch of frauds. The Milwaukee Brewers. This is going to be a sweet series, and I am absolutely predicting the Cubs in 4. I am not taking away anything the Milwaukee Brewers did. They had a great season. But here's the deal. You went on that 14-game win streak, and we went ice cold at the wrong time. Kyle Tucker couldn't hit. PCA couldn't hit. Our offense went ice cold. Ice cold. But do I fear you, Milwaukee? Not really. Not really, because we just had a series against Machado and Tatis and that whole Padre team. And that Padre team, and Mason Miller, let me tell you something about Mason Miller. That kid, 105 miles an hour wherever he wants it, that's terrifying. But we found a way. We got through. The Cubs are in the NLDS. It went down to the final pitch, which is what usually happens with Cubs games. It went down to the final pitch. And I got to give kudos to Dansby Swanson. Dansby Swanson, you had an incredible wild card series. Incredible. Your defensive play was absolutely phenomenal. Your double play, where you showed a little moxie, you stepped on second base and then you hopped over the guy and threw it to first. That was amazing. If I'm a Padres fan, I am furious with Arise. I think he's a lazy bum ass who needs to run everything out. I get it. They're major leaguers. They make millions of dollars. They're not going to run out everything, but, I mean, it's the playoffs. It's do or die, and you need to move your ass, and you didn't do it. But let's give a shout-out to Matthew Boyd. He had a really good game 1. Shota, a little worried about you, not going to lie. Obviously, no Cade Horton definitely hurts this team. But let's get in and let's not forget the bullpen for the Chicago Cubs. I mean, that bullpen with Kittredge. Kittredge, I don't know if he's alive. He's so calm, he's so collected, and he just does his thing. So Kittredge, great job there. Daniel Palencia, man. I didn't know what we were going to get out of Daniel Palencia for the postseason. I really didn't, because he got hurt and, he came back. But let me tell you, Daniel Palencia has been an absolute fireball for the Cubs in this postseason. He has thrown 199 effectively where he wants it. He's a nasty slider. So Daniel Palencia, phenomenal job. Ryan Keller got a little bit of trouble in that 9th inning, but he got the couple big out. He got a big out. Obviously, the umpire helped him a little bit. That was definitely a ball. That was not a strike. But, Cubs fans, we are not going to quibble over little details. We got the win. That's all that matters. And now we welcome the Milwaukee Brewers. And, guys, Cub fans travel. There's going to be so much blue at this ballpark today. It's going to be insane how much blue is going to be in the stands for this game. It's going to feel like a home game for the Chicago Cubs. It's the I-94 series, and that's what's happening. So I'm excited for it. I think Cubs in 4. I think we get a good pitching matchup today with Matthew Boyd and Peralta. And I think the Cubs win today, and I think they take the first step in, getting back to where we were in previous years. But I'm looking forward to today. Today's going to be a fun day for baseball because you have the Cubs and the Brewers starting it up, big division rival right there. And then you have the Yankees and the Blue Jays, who are division rivals as well. And let's not count out the New York Yankees. They did a really good job against the Red Sox. The Red Sox did kind of blow it, but I mean, Cam Schlitter, I've never seen this dude pitch, but man, does he have some stuff. And then you start to think about next year's Yankees with Garrett Cole coming back. You have Max Fried, Rodon, and you add this kid to the mix and Luis Heel. That's a nasty rotation right there. But I don't know about Aaron Boone. I don't know if he can manage. We'll see how he can manage against the Blue Jays today. But I think the Yankees win this series. The Blue Jays don't scare me. Same way the Milwaukee Brewers don't scare me. And then, of course, get your popcorn ready for this one. The Dodgers and the Phillies. That's gonna go the distance. I think that's got 5 written all over it. It's gonna be one hell of a series. Shohei Ohtani makes a pitching debut today. Not pitching debut, but I get to see him finally in the postseason. I've never seen him pitch before in the postseason, and we all call this guy Babe Ruth. So let's see if he can actually do it in the pitching part of it. We've already seen he can hit. Can he pitch? That's the question. And then, of course, we wrap it up with Tigers-Mariners tonight. So, a lot of sports today. Notre Dame wins, though. They're going over Boise State. I'll have a video tomorrow talking about the game or after the game. We'll see how things are going. But everyone, enjoy your Saturday. It's going to be a fun day, and go Irish.